The regular board meeting for May 15th, 2017 Board of Park Commissioners of the Lake Bluff Park District, Lake County, Illinois. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Earhart.
Here.
Commissioner Grono.
Here.
Commissioner McHenry. Here. Commissioner Mossbarger.
Here.
Commissioner Wallace.
Here.
President Douglas.
Here.
Commissioner Gordon is absent.
Absent.
Prior notice. Okay.
Okay, may I have a motion to approve the agenda?
Where's my roll?
please?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Earhart.
Yes.
Commissioner Grono.
Yes.
Commissioner McHenry.
Yes.
Commissioner Mossbarger.
Yes.
Commissioner Wallace.
Yes.
President Douglas.
Yes. Moving on, meeting minutes. May I have a motion to approve the minutes of April 17th, 2017 of the regular board meeting?
So moved.
Second. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Earhart.
Yes.
Commissioner Grono.
Yes.
Commissioner McHenry.
Yes.
Commissioner Mossbarger.
Yes.
Commissioner Wallace. President Douglas.
Yes. Moving along here again. Consent agenda. May I have a motion to accept the May 1st, 2nd, and 15th, 2017 payables?
Second.
Roll call again, please.
Commissioner Earhart.
Yes.
Commissioner Grono.
Yes.
Commissioner McHenry.
Yes.
Commissioner Mossbarger.
Yes.
Commissioner Wallace. President Douglas.
Yes. Now may I have a motion to approve the May 1, or the 1st, 2nd, and 15th, 2017 payables?
So moved. Second.
And roll call, please.
Commissioner Earhart.
Yes.
Commissioner Grono.
Yes.
Commissioner McHenry.
Yes.
Commissioner Mossbarger.
Yes.
Commissioner Wallace. President Douglas.
Yes. Okay, we're moving on to item 4, unfinished or continued business. The first one here is on page 42, so we'll just go up here. And it's about this guy sitting next to me. Ron, do you want to make any open statement on the background and all that, or do we do this?
No, I think.
Okay. Well, background on this item is that Commissioner Kurt Granau has spent significant time and hours to improve the Park District for the past 20 years. He has provided advice and compassion to the staff and board members. Finally, he has deep passion for the Lake Bluff community. On behalf of the board, Executive Director Salsky has developed a resolution to honor Commissioner Kurt Granau for his service and dedication to the Lake Bluff Park District. And I'm going to sound like an attorney here, but I'm going to read this resolution of 2017A. Whereas Kurt Granau served as a member of the Board of Commissioners from 1997 until 2017, and whereas Kurt Granau served multiple terms as president of the board, working tirelessly on behalf of all the citizens of the Lake Bluff Park District, and whereas Kurt Granau presided over the development of the recreation center, pool, beach, golf club, paddle tennis, parks and playgrounds, and whereas Kurt Granau served as a board chair for all board committees, and whereas Kurt Granau encouraged collaboration and partnerships with the village, library, school districts, and many other local community organizations, and whereas Kurt Granau supported development of staff and culture to make the Park District a great place to work, and whereas Kurt Granau committed to the development of the comprehensive plan, which includes community-wide survey, strategic plan, capital plan, property and public land use plan, American with Disabilities Act and Transition Plan, technology plan, Sunrise Park and Beach Master Plan, and more. And whereas Kurt Granau has worked with board members to obtain and receive distinguished accreditation, a $400,000 OSLAT grant, AA plus bond rating, GFOA certificate of achievement, and whereas Kurt Granau has worked tirelessly to encourage the golf experience for all ages, and whereas Kurt Granau has guided the district through difficult challenges while providing expert leadership and guidance. And whereas Kirk Granau mentored new board members, whereas Kirk Granau exhibited integrity, wisdom, consistency, and fairness in his work with the board, staff, and community, and whereas Kirk Granau represented the Park District, Lake Bluff Park District in a professional and honorable and enthusiastic manner throughout his term, and whereas Kirk Granau exhibited endless commitment throughout his tenure toward making the Lake Bluff Park District a great place to live, work, and play, and now, therefore, it be resolved that the Board of Commissioners of the Lake Bluff Park District present this resolution to Kirk Granau as a token of their gratitude and appreciation for his faithful service throughout the years. So,
Who is this guy?
well,
Thank you very much. It's greatly appreciated.
We've left tracks everywhere. Yeah,
So we need a motion and a second.
yes.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Earhart.
Yes.
Commissioner Granau.
Yes.
Commissioner McHenry.
I'm surprised you should have
thrown one last no vote in.
That's kind of embarrassing.
One too many whereas.
We can strike that abstain.
Commissioner McHenry.
Yes.
Commissioner Mossberger.
Yes.
Commissioner Wallace.
Yes.
President Douglas.
Yes. Okay. Thank you again, Kurt. You've
Thank
been
you.
Really a tremendous addition to this board and what you've done for us all, so thank you. Move on to the next item, business of the 2016-17 board. Page 45 for everyone.
So, you read, Mr. President?
Oh, I'm reading this one again
Yes.
too? Wow, that was a long one. Okay. Background analysis. During the meeting on May 15th, the 2016-2017 year's business will come to an end. In an effort to define and detail the procedures followed during the annual meeting of the Lake Bluff Park District Board of Commissioners, the following outline will be helpful. Unfinished?
Just read it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unfinished or continued business. Procedurally, upon reaching unfinished or continued business, President Douglas shall declare the Board of Business of the 2016-17 complete. So, as President of the Lake Bluff Park District Board of Commissioners, I hereby declare the 2016-17 Board is now complete.
Kurt, you are officially done.
Thank you, Kurt.
Thank you, Kurt.
Thank you, Kurt.
Well, and you continue to shoot better than your age.
Working on
Many
that.
years.
Are you going straight to Innovasi or Mavers?
No. I just want to thank everybody for Friday night.
Into the audience.
The board and the staff just did a great job. It was a lot of fun. It was very exciting. Very much appreciated on my part. So I thank you all, and I think right now we probably have the best staff of almost any park district in the area with the leadership of Ron. So that's made the board's job a lot easier. So thank everybody for participating Friday, and I'm not leaving town, so I'll be around.
We know where to find you.
I know.
Thanks, Kurt.
Okay,
Thanks,
thank you,
Kurt.
Kurt.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kurt.
You can now go sit in the
Oh,
audience and ask questions.
You too.
Okay.
At the certification of candidates is when you'll jump in, you can stay right there. But when we do accepting of the financials, if you want to, we'll just do a roll call without until we do
Correct.
official. Okay? But you can feel free to step in now. It's just how I say it. All right.
So, I'm sorry, we didn't do the financials then?
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and do the financials. So basically, we're right in line with budget, looking on page 46. knowing that, again, golf is 1 month behind, I do know pretty much where we're going to be at with golf in April, which is probably getting us to break even at the end of April. So through for year to date. So if you were to just picture that and put that in here, I don't anticipate that we're going to have a surplus in golf where this number would change significantly. So just imagine that we're right in line with budget now moving forward for golf. So which then means that these numbers are going to be pretty consistent moving forward. So again, until we see some of the numbers that come in, I know Jim could give a quick update on at least pool passes since we're opening up here in a week and a half. But I will take any questions related to the financials. We'll be going to the committees here in the next few weeks, so we'll be addressing some of the financials in those committees related to specific topics.
Nice job on the addition of the notes, both here and on the golf report. I think that makes it a lot easier to follow and kind of answers questions along the way, so you're doing yourself a favor too.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, nice work.
Jim, you want to just give a quick update on?
Sure. For compared to date, so I'm looking at actually May 15th to May 15th. And last year, what's different is May 15th was our deadline for the early bird rate for pool passes. So last year, we were at $46,579 for pool passes with the early bird rate. This year, we still have some to process. We're at $47,292. So we're tracking a little bit ahead of last year. We're anticipating to hit budget, showing that we're right on track on the same number of, we're actually a little bit about 10 passes more compared to last year. And a lot of those are individuals. But as for resident, non-resident, it's almost like, it's kind of eerie, it's within dollars of each other. So we're looking like we're going to track pretty good. And for camps, we're tracking about $15,000 ahead of last year in camp revenue. So
those are two key things starting here soon. So we'll be going to the Facilities and Programs Committee with a fitness report, as well as a couple of golf and things like that. So, but those are two key numbers, especially as we're going to be opening up the next 2 weeks. So it's good news.
Yeah.
Is camp starting later, or are we not discussing it yet? It is starting later.
it's starting a week later. We're actually, yeah, we have 2 less weeks of camp compared to last year because of the shortened school year.
Any other questions at all? Should we have a motion to accept the financials as reported?
So moved.
Second.
Do a roll call on this?
Commissioner Earhart,
Yes.
Commissioner McHenry,
Yes.
Commissioner Mossberger,
Yes.
Commissioner Wallace,
Yes.
President Douglas.
Yes. Okay, item B, or 5B, purchase cards ratification. I'm caught up in
They're slightly on page 16, they're slightly down. If you remember, we had a lot of different purchases related to the pool, the beach, and things like that last year. So we're trending downwards, which is good. In line.
Any questions, anyone?
No.
We have a motion to move to ratify the purchase card payment of $41,502.73.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Earhart,
Yes.
Commissioner McHenry,
Yes.
Commissioner Mossberger,
Yes.
Commissioner Wallace,
Yes.
President Douglas.
Yes.
I will let you know in terms of finances that we'll be sending out a request for proposal for banking and P-card services probably end of July. So there are some park districts that haven't done it, so I've been trying to find different proposals. There's been one that I was able to land. So it'll be a little bit easier to go through that. But we'll be including P-card services in there as well. So that's what's
Okay, we'll move on to new business. And Ron, you want to respond?
Yeah, I will. So it's just important that we just publish the results here and that you know the results. And this is a certified copy of the candidates. So I received this from the county and I'm just here to publish it, so no action necessary.
Okay, well then we'll move on to the oath of office. Looks like we have some swearing in to do.
We do. So for all the ones who were just voted in, we have a oath of office that if you can read on camera through, you don't have to raise your right hand. I used to do that, but you can just read through it together in unison. And once you're done, we'll just ask that you sign it and we'll move on. So,
Well, I just have to
It's the
sign.
same thing.
Yeah.
you need-
Should I not have signed it?
they're all the same thing. Anybody need an extra copy? So whenever anybody wants to start it as a group, so.
Well,
We're doing this together.
They're doing it together.
Right, Cory,
This ought to be really good.
Is Franz doing it
Franz
also?
is doing it as well, so,
Together?
yes.
Do solemnly swear
I swear.
Or affirm
or
that I will
affirm
support the Constitution of the United States and the
Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of Park District Commissioner according to the best of my ability. As a Lake Bluff Park District Commissioner, I further commit to follow the Illinois Association of Park Districts Code of Ethics. 2, represent the interests of all people in my community. I will not favor any particular special interest. Not use my service on this board for my own personal advantage or for the advantage of my friends or supporters. Keep privileged information confidential. Approach all board issues with an open mind, prepared to make the best decisions for everyone involved. Do nothing to violate the trust of those who elected or appointed me to the board. Support those we serve. Focus my efforts on the mission of the agency and not on my personal goals.
Thank you.
Never exercise authority as a board member except when acting in a meeting with the full board or as I am delegated by the board.
Thank you, guys. Imagine I used to do that individually.
Whereas,
We thought those meetings were,
whereas, you're
all
going to be
right,
saying
we sworn.
whereas.
We will make sure you sign them and move forward. Congratulations.
Still upset I lost to Rob. I don't get it.
Nor do I. Okay.
So, as secretary to the board, I declare the first meeting of the 2017-2018 board now called to order. I will ask our recording secretary to call the roll call, please.
Commissioner Douglas.
Should I say yes, I guess? Yes.
You're here. This is
I'm here,
your-
okay. Well, this is a roll call.
Roll call.
Okay.
Commissioner Earhart?
Here.
Commissioner Gordon? Commissioner McHenry?
Here.
Commissioner Mossberger?
Here.
Commissioner Patera?
Here.
Commissioner Wallace?
Here.
There we go.
Okay.
All right. So, it's my duty as secretary with the president position to request a motion be made to move that any individual be president of the board from 2017 to 2018. Someone will second the motion. Then I will ask if there are any other nominations, and if so, the process will be the same. So we won't do a roll call after each motion. So if there's two people going for it, you just make a motion. So, and that will be it. And then at that point in time, I'll do a roll call to close the nominations. So is there a motion for someone to be president of the board from 2017 to 2018?
Make a motion for Rob to be president.
A second.
Okay, is there a request of any other nominations? And so the process is the same. Okay. So there's none. I will do a roll I'll ask our recording secretary to do a roll call to close the nominations. This is to close the nominations. Nomination, thank you, yes. Nomination.
Okay. Commissioner Earhart,
Yes.
Commissioner Patera,
Yes.
Commissioner McHenry,
Yes.
Commissioner Mossberger,
Yes.
Commissioner Wallace,
Yes.
Commissioner Douglas.
Yes.
Okay, so now I will be asking the board to take a roll call of the votes of the motion, which is for Rob Douglas to be present. So, roll call, please.
Commissioner Earhart,
Yes.
Commissioner Patera,
Yes.
Commissioner McHenry,
Yes.
Commissioner Mossberger,
Yes.
Commissioner Wallace,
Yes.
Commissioner Douglas.
I guess, yes.
Now you can call him president.
So secretary declare that Rob Douglas has been elected to serve as president of the Board of Commissioners, and the president assumes the duty of first in command for the meeting.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Rob.
Congrats, Rob.
Thank you for
Yeah,
doing
thanks,
it.
Rob.
Thank you for
Thanks
doing
for
it.
accepting. No
The
speech.
twisting of the
Please,
arm,
no
I felt
speech.
it.
Whereas.
No whereas here. So, should we move on to the next for the election of the vice president?
All right, I nominate Brock Gordon for vice president.
Second.
That's because he's not here.
That's right. Thank you,
We'll
Brock.
ask if there's any other nominations.
Or do you want me to do that?
Yes.
Any other nominations? Hearing none.
So I'll ask the recording secretary to do a roll call to close the nomination.
Commissioner Earhart,
Yes.
Commissioner Patera,
Yes.
Commissioner McHenry,
Yes.
Commissioner Mossberger,
Yes.
Commissioner Wallace,
Yes.
President Douglas.
Yes.
So now, secretary of the board to take a roll call of the motion of the votes for vice president Gordon.
Commissioner Earhart,
Yes.
Commissioner Patera,
Yes.
Commissioner McHenry,
Yes.
Commissioner Mossberger,
Yes.
Commissioner Wallace,
Yes.
President Douglas.
Yes. And so the vice president assumes the duty of second in command.
You declare that Brock
Go
Gordon.
Brock.
Good job.
Good job, Brock.
All right.
So now we move on to item G under 6G, appointment of the legal counsel, ethics official, treasurer, board secretary, NSRA, and ABA representative. Page 81. So this is going to.
Can we move to accept
Yes.
the whole slate?
Yes.
Okay, so moved.
Second.
Roll call,
Congratulations,
please.
Bob Wallace.
Commissioner Earhart,
Yes.
Commissioner Patera,
Yes.
Commissioner McHenry,
Yes.
Commissioner Mossberger,
Yes.
Commissioner Wallace,
Yes.
President Douglas.
Yes.
The only thing that I would say, President Douglas, is that the second page is if you are interested in committee or that President Douglas is to contact them instead of me. So usually that's the procedure. So if you're interested in something, we usually wait till June. So,
Yeah, and I apologize for that last, the April meeting where I said I was going to be talking to you. I got a month ahead of myself on that, so.
So for the meeting next week, is it just me and Nikki?
that is correct, but anybody's welcome.
Right. Okay.
Anybody's welcome.
And the next board meeting in June, we'll have our committees, fresh start as far as committees go.
Okay.
So on that, have we done a motion to approve this or not? I can't.
Yep.
Yeah, we did a roll call.
Okay.
Did we do a roll call?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, great. Well, then we'll move on to the next item, which is, let's see, the subject is ordinance 2017G, declaration of surplus personal property and authorization for sale, trade-in, or disposal.
So, Member Patera, just really quickly, we are required by law, if we purchase anything with tax dollars, that we have to put it in an ordinance that we're selling. So, these are the items.
I move to approve ordinance 2017-G, declaration of surplus personal property and authorization for sale or disposal.
second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Earhart?
Yes.
Commissioner Patera?
Yes.
Commissioner McKendry?
Yes.
Commissioner Mossberger?
Yes.
Commissioner Wallace?
Yes.
President Douglas?
Yes. Okay, moving on. Written communications.
So what's on file, but I think more and more park districts are taking a look at all their assets, and so I think you see an article in there, so I think you're going to see that more and more. So I'll continue to just share articles when I get them.
Okay. Any correspondences on, let's see, the next item here?
No.
None, okay. So I guess we'll move on to item 8, verbal communications, staff.
Yeah, just two things. One, the cost of services. I know Commissioner Walsh, you brought up about where we're going with cost of services, and I want to brief that finance committee and actually have a quick conference call with them so we can get a good update on where we're at. We're actually ahead of schedule. We're probably about a month and a half ahead of schedule. So staff's been really working hard inputting data. All we're doing is inputting data and understanding. We met as a group. We had Jamie Sabak from Colorado come out. It was an excellent meeting, and I'm just repeating what staff said. It was, we had some part-time staff included in that as well. So, but we're going to need some guidance from the board at least midway through here. So we'll catch you up to speed on that. More frustrating news that I'll get a chance to talk to Rob Foster, but he might have brought it up in his report. But our beach cleaner is sitting on South Beach kaput right now. We have to bring a tow truck in to haul it out. That is an expensive piece of equipment. We have it in our capital plan in 2019. It's had 2 engine rebuilds on it, right? Is that 2, or this would be?
We bought the machine used. We put one new engine in it several years ago. We don't know quite what's wrong with it yet, but we need to haul it out of there and back to the shop to investigate what's gone wrong with it. So we tried to jumper cable it to get it to start, and that was having no success.
So there's a bunch of options, just really quick. We're already jumped on this immediately. Today, I already put a call in the city of Lake Forest to see, if, based on the task force, there's some shared services. So I've talked with Sally about it before, see if we can do opposite days and do a rental fee of some sort. So I'm waiting to hear back. There's also a company that actually contracts out, comes out and does it for you. So I don't know what that price is, but they do it offshore, so it's out of Waukegan Harbor, and they do a lot of private resident beaches. Don't know what the cost of that is, but we're going to meet with them 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, and then we'll look at, we have some other options we've been looking over the last couple of years in terms of pricing. So our challenge is we have the beach opening up. We still have to see what's wrong with it, but this is a machine that we anticipated was going to fall apart on us. So we're going to try to bring it over to the village of Lake Bluff with their mechanic, since we don't have ours right now. So we're scrambling. So just if people are coming to you and the beach isn't done, we're going to do whatever it takes to get this beach up and running.
Is this machine used early season to get the beach ready, or is this the machine that's used
All summer.
every week, every whatever?
Twice a week.
Twice a week.
Twice a week. Okay.
What is the estimated cost of a new one or a used one?
To replace the one we've got is, the last quote we've had was in the 90s, but every year the price keeps jumping up by, $4 grand or so. So my guess would be that it would be just under 100,000 by now.
And the Waukegan auction, they come off the barge.
They come off the barge. So I want to look at all options. I'm not we're not sold on just getting a brand new one here and coming to the board. We have to exhaust everything here. So we will.
Okay.
It's all in my report there. So
So to dovetail on that report, we did have a resignation of our mechanic, so we're in the process of recruiting and interviewing for that right now. So we're hopefully moving into second round interviews this week, if not next. Hopefully have someone in place before the beach opens. That's probably too optimistic with notice that needs to be put in and such, but we're moving as quickly as we can on that mechanic.
So in addition to what I had written into the board report, we do start this weekend, actually, for all of our pool and beach training happens. We're doing, Red Cross had an update that they notified us after the first of the year. We knew it was coming, we didn't know what the extent of it was. So there's an extra 10 hours of training that needs to be completed by our lifeguards. They kind of revamped the lifeguarding program. Then the following weekend, on the Friday, we actually open. So we'll have opening at the pool and opening on the beach next. So Memorial Day weekend will be that opening weekend.
It's great, 'cause you guys, you would usually open up the pool after, like, first weekend in June. I think it's awesome that you're opening up Memorial Weekend, it's great. Really nice, thank you.
Just to let you know, we went to the John Deere turf auction last weekend and sold some of the items that we had on the surplus property list from last time. We sold about $4,000 worth of equipment, and I purchased a snowplow that mounts on the front of our skid steer or bobcat. So we made a little money in the process. Good trades.
Just a couple updates in addition to the written updates. The playground at Artesian Park is expected to open Saturday, Memorial Day weekend. So next week they will install the pour-in-place surface. That's what we needed. The overnight temperatures in the 50s. We're finally getting there now. So we have them on the schedule to do the pour-in-place next week. Asphalt will be done. Basically, the entire project will be cleaned up, and we will also be sodding out there. So by that Saturday, we should have that project 100% complete. And then the sod work over here at Blair was actually scheduled to happen today. It's been rescheduled to Wednesday this week. So we'll have the sod here at Blair taken care of this week on Wednesday. Two things operationally, just a heads up a little bit on golf. So numbers, we gave up a little bit of our head ground here in April, and so we're going to essentially be back at budget. But a challenge that we do have in front of us is from a cash-based standpoint, as of today, we are $20,000 down in memberships compared to a year ago. When Dominic and I have been talking about that and some reasons why, there's three main categories. Unlimited family memberships, we didn't see the utilization out of both family members, so those individuals have converted into a single family. There's a handful of couples that are now one. Junior memberships, we've seen a fairly large decrease this year of about 10 of those members. They have gone up to Foss Park, pretty much all of them. They're offering a unlimited junior membership for $175 all summer long, so it kills us on price. And the final one is our seniors. And we anticipated this. This was something we talked about. It was somewhat built into the budget. Because of the Plus Pass, we knew there'd be some conversion, some individuals who purchased a senior membership last year and they'd be converting into a Plus Pass this year. So we've got some, they're working on some ways to kind of drum up some membership sales on the back end. It's not all lost, a lot of these sales, and they're going to revamp the Plus Pass for juniors in an effort to try to maybe get some of those kids back that are going up to Foss Park to give them a little bit of an incentive to come back this way. So they're going to try to make up some of that head ground, but that will be something that we won't see in finances because they do deferred accounting on membership. So it'll be just this little down, down, down as we progress into the financials as we go into May, June, July, and August. But I just wanted to give you a heads up on that. And the last is fitness. I know we had talked last month about kind of the direction where individuals have gone that were not retained, unretained members. So I had staff dive into our April retention numbers, and we had 17 memberships, annual memberships in April of this year that expired that we did not retain. Of those, 40% of those are not coming back because of limited utilization. They use the membership less than once a month, with all of those individuals. We do anticipate 25% of them is just a delayed renewal, that they will be coming back, and our staff is confident they'll be coming back. They just have not renewed as of yet. 10% have relocated, and 10% are health issues. 15% is unknown. So in that 15%, there may be a, hey, I'm going to one of our competitors. We did not specifically get that as feedback from any of those members who are on that unretained list right now, but we're going to continue that process here in May, and then part of our business plan is we're going back and we'll be evaluating those individuals that are unretained from previous months as well. But I wanted to give you a little snapshot of what the April numbers told us when we did a little bit more diving into those non-retained members.
Staff's report?
What do we charge, out of curiosity, for a junior?
$650, I
So
believe.
not even in the ballpark.
Not even in the ballpark. And we have no desire, and Billy Casper does not have any desire to try to do like a cost cut and try to play like the cost game. There's just, we would not make up enough ground with, we wouldn't sell enough to make up the differential.
So plus
they're
you
gonna-
use up tea times too.
Yeah.
So,
Correct.
So you take.
I didn't know with the juniors if they were precluded from playing at certain times during the day.
The weekends before 2 o'clock. So they're gonna revamp the Plus Pass. I think you'll see something rolled out within the next week or two, really pubbing the Plus Pass to seniors and to juniors. And the idea is we've already drummed up some extra Plus Pass business already this year. We're up several $100s, and we're not really in that season of selling those. And that would be ideally, we'll beat that number as we go into May and June, which is really kind of the time of year we sell that pass.
I have talked with 3 seniors. They love the course. They just said they're playing all over the place. So they don't want to be married to one course. They are playing 5 different courses throughout the week. So that's part of their reasons they've been members in the past. So
Ed, do you prorate the membership as the months go by, as the months?
Typically, we don't. What we will do in order to encourage individuals who maybe have played a few times and then we want to still sell them a membership is we'll take whatever they've paid in green fees and we'll apply that to their membership. We try not to get into a prorated. It can create some buying habits that we don't want to encourage.
And how many new members did we get?
On the golf side, I'll have to get you the specific numbers. I don't think it's anything overwhelming in terms of the actual membership, but I will say that trend-wise, we've not really added a lot of new members in any year for the last 5 to 10 years. It's really been a matter of retaining the members that we have. That business, the membership business, has been a struggle for us, but it's an industry-wide struggle. We're not alone. Other golf courses in the area and golf courses throughout the country struggle selling annual memberships, season passes.
I think last year, didn't we see a lot of that also then you picked up the daily pass?
We did. Where we added members last year was in that Plus Pass, and we added golfers in our daily fee category. We had a lot of new golfers last year in that daily fee realm. That was really where the marketing was going out. Their engine was really going out to attract rounds was through the daily fee and through this Plus Pass. And I think their efforts are still kind of staying in that neighborhood.
And what marketing are they doing to get to
A
these?
lot of everything. I mean, they're on social media. They are doing e-blasts. They're updating the website. I think other avenues. I do believe they are doing some search engine optimization, so some paid advertising on Google. Those are the 4 areas that come to mind right
I haven't
now.
gotten anything myself.
There's a whole presentation
Yeah.
that they did 2 months ago.
I'm just knowing that I haven't gotten hit,
Oh, you haven't?
no,
Okay.
by anything. Have you? So, and I'm a resident, so that's why.
So data capture is key, and that's something that they're working on. So more than likely, the reason why you personally haven't received anything is that your email may not be in their database. So that is something that they're working on. They did last year have several times where they
No.
purchased large,
So, I'll play this year.
where they purchased several large database banks where they went out on the open market and purchased
Okay, got it. That's how they
data
got there.
information, emails, income, addresses. They did that about 3 occasions last year to try to build that database. Our database that we transferred over to them was somewhere around 30 to 40,000 customers. We didn't have as much detail as their engine likes. We only had email addresses for about 3,500 or 4,000 of those individuals. I believe their email database is upwards of like 8,000 or 9,000 now, and they're also populating a lot more data that they use in order to make sure that they're targeting individuals with the right message. You're welcome.
But I think they should have on the list every man and woman that belongs to the park board. I mean, not park board, I'm sorry, park district. Like, for example, she does fitness. So I don't know why they wouldn't even have, why wouldn't they have?
Right.
Why wouldn't they even have the park district list as part of their database?
It's a good question. I mean, that's information that they didn't ask. I guess I didn't.
You can look into it.
Oh, yeah, we can look into it.
See if we can transfer that over.
Yeah.
Right,
I mean, it's free, you know?
yeah,
Especially for those like women events. I mean, they have that one that's coming up.
yeah,
Should
And
be
I
every
noticed that.
preschool mom, every,
exactly.
Every
I saw this
woman that-
National Women's Day go, I was like, where was this advertised? So, you know, sometimes as women, you start off in your 20s, and then you take a hiatus, and then you come back. So this is the time to get some of us.
well, and the other thing is, it should be every female paddle player. I mean, paddle
Yes,
season's over.
and
there's
tennis,
yeah, like everyone that's visiting the park district. Though that's such a great group.
We'll see how
Yes.
we can export our ActiveNet registration software into theirs.
I would agree.
We'll
I
get
think
good-
you might be missing an opportunity.
Yep.
Mhm.
Good point.
Because I think a lot of their focus has been trying to draw people in from outside the community to help, the operations here. But, yeah, I think you're pointing something out that we've got people right under our feet right here, in the community are being missed. But I think that's where their focus has been, is they're really trying to do an outreach outside of the community. But, good point. I think that's an opportunity that's
Well, and all these
waiting to be
families
capitalized.
that drop their kids off to go swimming, they drop them off, they might be able to golf as well. Ed, did you get a chance to talk to them about the food, being able to deliver lunch to people who order the food at the pool?
We've discussed it, and Dominic hasn't come back with an actual plan on how to do that yet, but he's working on something.
Okay, thank you. I have been asked probably 3 times about that.
We'll follow up, and I'll get you an answer here before
Okay.
pool season gets
Thank
going.
you.
You're welcome.
Seems like that comes up every year.
And the food's gonna be so good this year.
It's an opportunity too, right?
So I'll let you know in my executive director report when we've transferred over emails, things like that, when that gets me information, so I'll get that to the full board. I did want to get back to Commissioner Mossbarger on, it was at the board meeting regarding electricity and can we get into the school district plan. They're in a group, a pool of just schools. We're not able to get into that. And I think when we had our electricity consultant come out, so I forgot to put that in my executive director report, that they're in a totally separate pool just for park districts with some aggregate electricity. And there's nothing that I'm aware of with park districts at this point in time.
Did we get the rate that we
Yeah, we
got
did.
that same rate?
We were able to get it all done and turn it around in 20 minutes.
Great.
So-
All right, last question. So Ed, on this weekend, the Artesian Park will be open.
Not this weekend, the following
The
weekend.
following
Memorial
weekend.
Day weekend, Saturday.
Memorial Day weekend on that
We're
Saturday.
going to take down the fencing that Friday before.
Okay, so we're not
You're too
doing,
big to play on
Yeah.
excuse me?
I said you're too big to play on the equipment.
No, she's not.
I'll try not to be the first one on it. And are we doing a ribbon cutting, or are we just opening it, or?
We've been waiting for this timeline. We'd like to do a ribbon cutting, but it's not going to be, we knew we were going to do a Memorial Day, so I think it'd still be good for us to do a ribbon cutting. We just have to finalize the dates.
All right, let's get this thing open as fast as we can.
Yeah, that was our first goal.
Even if you do and you're the only ones there, but you get pictures taken of you doing it, and that gets,
Mhm.
put
It
out
was
in the
either, it was
paper and
originally
stuff.
going to be the first weekend in June, it's just, I haven't had a chance to talk to staff, that's going to be difficult, so it might be the second week in June. But we'll get a ribbon cutting.
Yeah, so Valley North Shore or.
Yes, we
Yeah.
definitely will, we just have not been able to pinpoint. It could be a Thursday night, it could be, so.
Weather has been.
We just finalized the timeline on Friday, so we've been trying to sift through, making sure that that actually is active with the contractor. So we will get something out.
Awesome.
Any more questions for staff? I know that we've got some committee meetings coming up here, but anything from any of the committees at this point?
Just the finance and admin and future planning met last week with the auditors, and we'll go through that in June, but the good news is it was a clean audit report, and staff, they were very complimentary of staff, so all is good, so we'll get the full report. Ron will be here for the June meeting, correct?
Yes.
So, and he'll do a presentation on the report. But it's a clean opinion, so that's good.
Music to our ears. Any other committees? Just a quick question, Ron. I know we had a tri-board meeting set up, but then it got canceled, and
Yeah.
any updates at all?
No.
No? Okay. Difficulty is that, we have year-end budgets to do, and then the village's year-end is April 30th, so I think that's what caused that delay. So hopefully we can get something kind of lined up here shortly. But I have nothing to report. Any other comments from commissioners? No?
So I'd just like to welcome Franz to our board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Second.
So moved.
Whereas.
Whereas, I'm so pleased.
Well, would someone like to take us into executive session, please?
It's usually Brock.
Susan?
I don't want to read tonight.
I move that we move to executive session for the discussion of the meetings lawfully closed under the Open Meetings Act, whether for purposes of approval by the district of the minutes or semi-annual review of minutes as mandated by section 2.06.5 ILCS 120/2C21.
Second.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Earhart? Commissioner Earhart?
Yes.
Commissioner Patera?
Yes.
Commissioner McKendry?
Yes.
Commissioner Mossberger?
Yes.
Commissioner Wallace?
Yes.
President Douglas?
Yes. Okay, now may I have a motion for adjournment, please?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Uh,
Any nays? None heard. Thank you, everyone.